Viber'z Only. Give me something to vibe to.
What up, yo? We back on Goode Street, man. Back after COVID. You know, back on Goode Street. We got a new guest with us, but we back in Baller Sports Grill and Chill. I'm your boy Goode Street Sam on Instagram, and I got my co-host over there.
No, you know, it's Jupac. You could find me on the gram at _Ju_Pac. But go follow them Viber'z Only pages, man. That's Viber'z Only, the brand on Facebook, and
_Viber'z Only _ on Instagram.
Thank you for that.
Had to save them.
Thank you for that.
So today we back in here and we got a special guest with us. Somebody, you know, I've been knowing for a while.
Our biggest childhood friend.
Right.
I died.
Tallest friend I got.
I hate standing on the side of him. I hate it.
We know him from the court, you know, from teaching, from going overseas, from being the first person I know to go overseas and do anything. And now you're in a new position. So, you know, let them know who you are, man. Let them know.
Introduce yourself, man.
It's good to be on the podcast, guys. Yeah. I'm Brandon Brown, head coach of Vanderbilt Catholic High School, varsity boys basketball, and you know, Louisville extraordinaire, you know.
Legend, huh?
You know, even though I rep Smith Lane, you know.
What?
That's where you got the game, man. That's what I heard.
You rep Smith Lane?
Oh, all day. You know, that's why I grew up. I mean, not grew up, but that's why I hung out with my homeboys. You know, we, you know, got a lot of memories together on that street. So that's how I claim it with my boys. You know, even though, you know, being back in Louisville with my grandmother and on Gocho Street at my mom's crib, you know, making memories there, but being with my homeboys at Humble Junior High, hey, we claim Smith Lane. So,
dang.
Yeah. But hey, where y'all can find me at is on Twitter, BBZ5.
Yeah.
You know, so hey, check me out. I'm not too entertaining, but once the season get going on, you know, I'm definitely gonna be representing the team and throwing out some interesting facts.
That's what's up, man. That's what's up.
Yeah.
So we kind of been knowing you, you know, our whole life. We used to ride the bus together. You and TB used to tease me because my feet swing.
Oh, come on now.
But it's all good though. But man, you how old are you?
I'm 39. Just made my birthday yesterday.
Right.
June
Happy
18th.
birthday, man. Happy
Thank
belated.
you. I appreciate it.
39.
39. That's amazing.
Come on.
That is amazing, man.
What that's like for you, bro?
You know, it's weird. You know, I feel like if I was a younger person, I would say, hey, I'm old. But I can still remember being back at Southdown, being in 5th and 6th grade, and next thing you know, man, I'm 39. I'm
right.
an adult.
Boy,
I got
fly
a kid.
by, huh?
You know, that's what I try to tell my students, man. Time flies. You know.
Boy, a year go by so fast, bro.
And I'm a grown man, but I still feel like, you know, I'm that kid back in Miss Neville's class in 6th grade. It's just a weird feeling that I've got so much responsibility under my belt. Just being that weird, goofy, tall kid running around with no shoes on, you know. Right. And now I'm the head of a household. I'm the leader of men at my school, you know, and I've been teaching for 6 years, and it's just, man, I'm amazed, you know.
That is amazing, bro. You know, the growth come a long way. Starting off with the basketball, you say you rep Smith Lane. That's where you got your game at, man. But I guess I was able to really start paying attention at the time you was in high school. I mean, shit, you was one of, 3 of the tallest people in the parish.
Yes, indeed.
You know what I'm saying? And I watched the game today. I watched these youngsters today, and I'm just like, man, there's no way y'all would have survived.
And I mean, I obviously I'm biased, but I feel like the game now is just so key to being visual, meaning that, ooh, man, he made a nice move. He did this, when you can be basic and still score.
Right.
That's why I was able to last so long overseas and being formidable throughout my career is when I get my 18 to 20 points, the person who I'm playing against still think I'm sad. So when I play that person again, he still has that same mindset. I'm able to just do the basic things, and just that's right.
Do the right thing.
Do the right thing.
What year you graduated?
99.
I remember because I was there, and I can remember specifically like you after practicing post moves, and then I'm like, man, Coach Neal used to make us get on half the court so you could practice post moves,
and
that paid off, bro.
And that's what I actually we went into our third practice with my Vanderbilt team, and I told them you have to work, and you also have to have mentors that want to get you better. I didn't want to stay after practice. You know, that's the fact that I wanted to leave after practice and go hang out with my friends. But I had Coach Neal and Coach Graham telling me, no, you got to stay 30, 40 minutes and do these moves. I didn't want to do those moves, but those things
look like you
helped
enjoyed
me.
it.
No, because I am, I respect authority, and I know they wanted to get me better. And so I did those moves, and then it helped my game. You know, even though I didn't want to be there, I went hard, and I had no excuse, man. I my game got better. I was able to get my scholarship to Tulane, you know, and my career took off from there. So
those Tulane days, did y'all win any championships or anything like that?
No, not necessarily championships. I believe that my freshman year we won over 20 games, and then we kind of lost a lot of seniors, and went into a rebuilding stage. I believe we won like 7 to 9 games that next year, and it was tough.
That's right. How is that, man? Going from, I mean, because all that stuff you said about Coach Neal and Coach Graham pushing you, what really pushed you is you wanted to win.
Yeah.
You know, so how is that going from winning to losing a lot?
Because everybody know Brandon is
right. He competitive. He competitive. You want to win.
Man, I mean, to get people into my mindset, you got to go way back, you know, because I wasn't like that initially. You know, growing up, you know, in Deweyville, on Red Street and Gray, on Redwood Avenue, you know, I wasn't into sports. You know, I followed my brother Torrey on Dumas to try to be on the football team.
Right.
And of course, I made the team, me being big and whatever. And within a week or so, I quit. You know, not because it was hard, because I'm into entertainment. I love movies. So when my mom got that new VCR, I didn't have time for football. You know, I wanted to.
Man, hold on, because you gotta understand their household. Because I've been in there.
Yeah.
If you don't get to the VCR first, it's gone.
That's it.
Somebody else using it. 5 brothers, man. I know that was some.
And that's all my time. I just wanted to just entertain myself, watch movies, read books, and things like that. I was not into sports. So fast forward to I'm like 12, 13 years old, you know, going into the 8th grade. I met a cat named Leroy Vidros, you know, and going by his house, he had a basketball goal. And his son, Jacob Vidros, you know, I was cool with him, and just used to just be out there, not good at basketball. And then he looked at me and said, hey, man, you want to be on my team? You know, so I was like, yeah, why not? You know, and, you know, him schooling me on basketball, not necessarily teaching me basketball, but just being around basketball, telling me, just give me positive energy that I can do things with the game. And so that helped me make the 8th grade basketball team. You know, I was the end of the bench player still, and 9th grade year I wasn't able to play because of my grades. I wasn't a serious person like I am now. You know, and people look back and be like, wow, you wasn't on the 9th grade team because your grades, and wow, I thought you were so smart, but I wasn't. The mindset wasn't there. I was always just want to play around. You know, and. So didn't make the 9th grade team because of my grades. Couldn't really play 10th grade that year because of my grades. And during that 9th, 10th year span, I played AAU ball. And from 9th to 10th, my game exploded.
How tall you was like that at that time?
I would say I was around about 6'3", 9th grade. But man, it was I went from sad to really good fast.
You know what happened?
know?
Like
what
what happened?
was it?
I really don't know. I can't really remember. I know I got coaches and stuff just being on me. I credit Willie Coleman, put me on his AAU team and just helping me out. But I won pre-prep. I was a pre-prep All-American. I was an MVP. Right. And when they announced it, I was shocked. Right. I was really shocked because I wasn't a player. We had Wine Stewart, Kyrie Galmore, and so many other players. And they picked big, goofy Brandon Brown. Right. And that MVP of nationals. And I was just, man, like, I'm okay.
And listen, what you're saying is not only true for yourself, because I tell people, see, I'm the same age as Gerald. Mm-hmm. Gerald was always an athlete, man, but when he got to 10th grade, oh my God, took off. Mm-hmm. Same thing with Roddy. Didi was probably the only one that was like playing decent at the junior high level, you know what I'm saying? But something about y'all, man, when y'all get to that high school level, it's just boom, take off.
That boy Brown.
Right, literally. You're Brown. You're like, what's this family?
But you say you wasn't competitive, man, but like growing up in the household you grew up in with, 5 brothers, like you don't think that's where your competitiveness came from?
Uncle Tyrone?
Tyrone.
100%. Hey, being in our household, it's survival of the fittest. We didn't have the most. Shout out my mom. Yeah, of course. My mom worked so hard for us, and while she was at work, big brother Tori, anything goes, man. He made it tough for us. TV, man. So you had to be tough. You had to fight. Yes. You had to fight my brothers all the time.
I say you probably waited till they went to play to get on that VCR because you had to fight for it.
Exactly. And for me, thinking competitive edge and just have that winning mentality is a little bit different. Just a competitiveness. Oh my God. Even with playing dominoes and playing pitty pat even with my mom talking trash to her kids. You know what I'm saying?
I want to win.
Tyrone on the park, the 21 King.
21
King.
King.
Beat him at 21. He the real 21 Savage.
Really.
And that's what we losing today, man. Just kids being afraid to play with people older than them and better than them.
They play with their friends.
Not understanding that even though you might not be doing well against older or better players, once you come back to your peers, you're going to be superior.
Right.
And me playing with, man, my Uncle Tyrone, the parks and everything, they pushing me around, wanting to fight me. I'm like, man, I'm only like 14 years old. Why you want to fight a kid? But I didn't back down.
Right.
And they liked that. And once they saw that, man, I was just one of them.
And I'm that person right now. So I think that's what they looking for. They looking for the person that's not gonna back down. I go in the park and I walk out there and them kids be fine, like, man, all y'all said. See the first one that be like, who? Oh, I'm about to see what you bought. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
That it's just a mind thing, bro.
And it is. That's all. That's sports. Sports is mental. Mm-hmm. It is mental. And if you can win a mental game, your percentage of success, goes up. And
so boom, you Brandon, you grew up on Smith Lane. I thought you were from back of town.
Man, when I say I grew up on Smith Lane, I didn't grow up there. I'm there.
The game grew up there.
7th grade, 8th grade. When I'm walking home from Homer Junior High, I'm on Smith Lane until 8, 9 o'clock. Mm-hmm. And one thing about our mom, you had to be in the house at a certain time. So leaving from school, I'm hanging out with my friends' house on Smith Lane. So when I say I claim, that's where my friends hang out, and that's what. We together.
So what's that like from Smith Lane? You played overseas ball to touch your feet down on overseas soil. What's that like?
It's amazing because I'm me. I know that it sounds so simple. I'm me. I'm that kid on Dumas Park with no shoes on, and now I'm driving by the Coliseum in Rome.
Right. Blowing your mind.
That's just amazing. And it never gets old, I'm in Paris, Eiffel Tower, I'm driving by Big Ben and London, you know. It's for me, it's just wow.
So where are you played? You played overseas. What's your
All right.
career like?
Upon leaving Tulane, I got an agent, and he got me a contract to go play in Finland. You know.
Right.
So for me, I'm like, man, forget school. I'm about to go make a little bread. And I went to church one day, and something said, man, go back to school and finish your degree. So that's what I did. I went back to school, finished my degree, and I was able to get another opportunity. So I lost that contract in Finland because I went back to school, and I kept my same agent, and he got me a job to play in Hungary. Now, y'all sure y'all want to go down this road?
Yeah, let's take it.
All right, here we go, y'all.
man.
Hey, buckle up. Buckle up. So here we go. Got me a contract to play in Hungary. So I go out there, all right, meet the team, meet the coach. All right, we start practicing, play a couple preseason games. When I tell you I am killing, I am the leading scorer, I am the leading rebounder. Man, in between the second and third game, coach, the AD, I'm not AD, the GM called me into the office, was like, hey, we're looking for a different kind of player, a little bit taller, a little bit more traditional center. You know, we're going to have to let you go.
Taller than you?
Damn.
Man, hey.
Well, what you 6'8"?
I'm 6'8".
Yeah, that's not a tall center. You know what I'm saying?
You know, and I'm shocked.
Coming from a person that's 5'5".
Yes.
I'm shocked, and it was real cutthroat. It was like, man, we got another player coming in. You're going to have to move out of your apartment and everything. I'm like, dang, where I'm going to go? And it was just like.
So you was just out there.
Yeah. And luckily, you know, one of my homeboys on the team, he was from Los Angeles. You know, John Michael, he was like, man, come stay with me. Man, he took care of me for 2-3 days until my agent was able to get me another job in Germany.
So you can get dropped.
Yeah.
And you basically
Yeah, you 5.
Yeah.
stuck overseas.
Yeah. You know, so here we go.
God.
Here we go. I get this job in Germany. Let me show you how cutthroat this is. So I get to Germany, Berlin, and there's a sign, Brandon Brown. This is cutthroat and dangerous. Brandon Brown. Hey, that's me. All right, that's the team. Team come and pick me up. So I get in this car with the guy, and I'm driving back to wherever.
Right.
Come to find out, that's not the German team. It's a Polish team. So they kind of
Kidnapped you.
stole me.
Take it.
You know?
How you take a 6'8"
You know?
person, take it.
Even though I ain't signed no contract, I don't know how they got my plans. I don't know if my agent told them last minute what's up. So they stole me.
Right.
And they was playing in a tournament on like the German-Polish border. So I get there. All right. And now I'm on the Polish team. Whatever.
So that wasn't the team you were supposed to be on?
That wasn't the team I was supposed to be on. So now I'm with them.
So you had winners.
Yeah. So I get to that little preseason tournament they playing in, and I killing, bang, bang, bang. And I ain't signed a contract with them or nothing. So I'm killing. So another team hit me up out of Latvia. I never even heard of Latvia before.
I don't know where that's
you know, that's next to Lithuania. But I've never, ever heard of Latvia before. So I look them up. Man, that's a kind of a big name team. So I'm like, man, since I ain't signed no contract or nothing, man, let me call this cab. Hey, y'all set me up something. You know, set me up this cab. Let me drive me to the airport. So I shoot out in the middle of the night on the Polish team. Hey, I'm telling you, this could be a movie. This can be a movie. So I ran out on this Polish team. Remember this Polish team now.
Right.
So I get to, I forgot the name of that team in Latvia. It doesn't matter. So I get with them. You know, nice facilities, whatever. They put me in a nice hotel. Start playing. It's still preseason. Start playing preseason game with them. Doing really, really well. Week out there, and man, they cut me. And I'm like, right now I'm getting like mentally like down. Like, what all I have to do? It can't be scoring and rebounding because that's what I'm doing. Better than anybody. Right. Energized, killing, winning games. And I'm not the traditional center, so I'm being let go. So while I'm in Latvia in this hotel, my agent got me a job to go in Korea. I officially signed a contract with them. Boom. Good to go. Man, all right. I'm in, what country I said?
Korea.
No. Croatia.
Croatia.
I apologize.
Okay.
Croatia. Šibenik, Croatia. So, boom, legendary club. Get there. All right. Kind of weird. I'm in this rundown hotel. No card. No anything. It was just bad. Walking to practice. But I don't care. Got me a contract. You know what I'm saying? Money was okay. About $4,000 a month.
You doing what you love.
Yeah, doing what I love. I'm good. Man, I get into the practices. I don't want to say I'm necessarily doing well because it's kind of strange to me, like how they practice and everything. But still, I'm still a basketball player and I'm doing my thing. Get into one game, I play all right. Get to another game, I'm not playing that much. And what was a deal breaker for me is when the center fouled out and the backup center fouled out. And I'm like, in my mind, I'm like, hey,
it got to be my time.
Yeah, let me go. Taking off my shirt. Man, he put a guard in. And I'm like,
oh my God.
What?
That's so
But that nigga must have
disrespectful.
been cold, huh?
That's so
man,
disrespectful.
I'm like, you know what?
God.
This
damn.
overseas stuff isn't for me. So
Right.
I called him like, hey, can I meet with you guys? I am ready. I'm about to go home. You know, can I get my ticket home? And they was like, hey, we got a contract with you. You can't sign with nobody else. We'll hold your rights for a year. I said, hey, I don't care. I'm going home. So as I went back to my hotel preparing to go home, man, here come this old Polish team that I ran off in the middle of the night with.
Yeah.
You know, they said, hey, give them to us. You know, we'll sign them. You know what I'm saying? We'll compensate you, whatever. So I went from Croatia back to that Polish team that stole me from the airport in Germany.
Yeah.
Damn.
You know? And so I got with them. It's about, I don't remember the month, but right before the season started, man, when I say I killed for the next 3-4 months over there, I mean, it was, I don't want to say the conditions were great, but I made the most of it. You know, being Anita Brown's son, my shoes were run down. I'm in a horrible hotel room. They barely feeding us.
See,
you know.
And my perspective is, boy, Brandon overseas living like a
Exactly.
king.
Right, living like
and
a
I
king.
swear,
Right.
I'm gonna get to that. You know, I'm definitely gonna get to that. So this team really treating me professionally. I don't want to say it about the money yet, but they treating me like a human being.
Right.
So I'm killing. You know, they don't have the amenities like future clubs would have, or give me a car, an apartment, and stuff like that. But they treat me nice. City was nice and whatever. But they wasn't paying me. But they was trying to pay me. You know how, like say, I think I was making $3,750 a month. And they was just like, man, we'll pay you tomorrow. I'll never forget the Polish word for tomorrow is jutro.
Hey, listen.
They're always that.
So, throughout my life working offshore, I've been fortunate enough to sit and actually talk with a guy that's from, Norway.
Mm-hmm.
And he was harping on how poor Poland is. He said the jails in Norway are so nice that the people in Poland would just be like, let's go to Norway and commit crimes, because if we go to jail, it's better than our living conditions in Poland. And this is you waiting on to pay you. You know what I'm saying?
But I mean, they were good people. I mean, they was like, all right, we just got the ticket money. Here's $2,000.
So they was working.
You can see it. They just didn't have it.
They just didn't have it.
You
right?
know. So again, I'm the leading scorer and a leading rebounder in Poland. I was like 27 points a game, 11 rebounds. I'm killing. You know. So fast forward to January. All right, I'm killing, but I'm just not getting paid. You know, and a team from Greece wanted me, and they was gonna pay me $10,000 a month. And I'm like, oh man, hey, agent, you got to get this. You got to. Hey, you got it.
Yes, indeed.
And boom, I got the deal. So, hey, that Polish team was cool. They gave me a nice going away little party and everything. So one question they asked me is, hey, I understand you wasn't get paid, but why are you going to the Greeks where they're notorious for not paying? And I'm in my mind, I'm like, I just signed a contract. You know what? What are you talking about?
Yeah, it's on paper.
Yeah, but until I got to Greece, I didn't understand that. I got to Greece to the team, and the team was already protesting. They like, nah, we ain't practicing. You got to pay us. They was like, nah, we're not practicing at all. So I'm like, oh my God, I'm into another situation.
Oh, the rest of the team wasn't.
Yeah.
No, the whole team.
They wasn't getting paid.
They'll play the games, but we not practicing. And I ain't know that.
Like Allen Iverson.
Man, so I'm like,
Men's league.
oh my God. So a few weeks went by, I'm still playing well, and still not getting paid though. It's always tomorrow, and I'm like, this is overseas basketball.
This is it.
I'm done. So me and my homeboy, I forgot his name. He played at Maryland. We're like, man, look, we got these cars. Let's just go. We went to the airport in the middle of the night and just went home.
What's the time span on this story? From what year to what year?
This is hold up. This is all 1 year.
Oh, God,
that's why I told you. This
we
is
were like 5 years.
No. This is my first year. This is everything kicked off with Hungary. I want to say early September, and I'm in January now.
Right.
I'm in January, February, leaving Greece. So this is September to February.
God.
February, March. I mean,
Hell
it's
of
just
a time,
yeah.
man.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I'm telling you. My first year is, and I'm leaving things out. I'm not even
Right,
telling you about
right.
the time like the white supremacists in Poland and all that, and me leaving to go visit my wife in Japan and not wanting to come back until I get paid. You know, I skipped all that.
Yeah, this strictly basketball, right?
Yeah.
Right.
So, man, I get I still off in the middle of the night. I'm like, man, I'm done. I am done with basketball. You know, get home to mom crib. You know, I got people thinking, man, dang, Brandon, like you were saying, Brandon, overseas, you getting that money. No, I think I had about $1,700 in my pocket when I came home. And you got people thinking I was balling. Nope.
Right.
Damn, dog.
No, so that was tough.
That's
And guess what? That first year is not over because I was done playing, basketball, but a team from Venezuela wanted me to come play with them in the summer. Mm-hmm. I'm like, no. They called me again. I'm like, hey, I'm very flattered that you want me on your team, but no. So they called me at midnight my time, and they said, look, we booked you a flight 7 a.m. We would really like you on the team.
Right.
I'm like, man, they hounding me. They really want me. So, boom, get on the flight, go to Caracas, Venezuela. All right. As soon as I touched down, we were playing the next day. I played, I don't know, had about 4 to 6 points, you know.
They just got here.
When I'm walking into the gym, they are like huddling up like in the practice. Mm-hmm. We got a game the next day. And the coach is like, hey, nice to meet you. You know, hey, you going to play tomorrow? You know, just go out and do the best you can. You know, you're not going to play that much. Boom. All right. Play. Man, next day, I get called in the office.
Like in school, huh?
Man, it's like, hey, we're going to have to let you go.
Damn.
I'm like, are you kidding me?
I just got here.
I just got here.
I
just got here. So I'm telling you, this is my experience. It was just letdown after letdown after letdown, even though my game was good.
Was improving.
Was good.
Yeah.
So, man, they were like, hey, we're going to have to cut you, but here's $1,000. $1,000. I'm just like,
put your pussy lips on live.
Man, man, you can keep this, man. Get away from me, man. I'm like, I was done with basketball. Fired my agent. I'm like, man, I'm done. So I went to live with my wife in Las Vegas that summer, just hanging out with her, and then found me a new agent, and boom, got me a job in Italy, and my career took off.
Italy was good to you?
Yeah, Italy was good to me, man. So played 7 years in Italy. That wild ride that first year. Played in South Korea 1 year. I played again in Croatia for a season, and I played in I think that's it. Yeah, that was it, man. I had a good career, 10 years.
10 years.
With 10 seasons. You know.
Y'all hear that, huh? You gotta get through the
Put some respect on that man.
through the
name,
rough.
man.
You gotta get through
You
the
have
rough,
to,
bro.
man. You have to. And
I ain't gonna lie, some of that stuff I'd have gave up.
Gave up. Straight up.
and even my
crack.
good moments, because here we go. And those people who are listening to the podcast who are interested in pursuing their basketball career overseas, I'm telling you right now, it's not how it is in the States. I'm pretty sure those NBA players, in their contract, it says every 2 weeks, boom, check is there. You getting paid every month. Maybe. Maybe.
And they not teaching you how to manage your money at
No.
HL.
No.
They don't teach you that.
No. So your money will be late.
Terrible on you.
Your money will be late.
will be
That
late.
is 99% of the time. You know?
It will
So
be.
if it's 2 weeks late, that's good. So most of the time, I'm being honest.
Boy,
I'm
my
being
boss,
honest.
Hey man,
So-
I ain't getting no direct deposit, man. Ain't gonna be about 2 more weeks.
So you just have to stay mentally strong, stay focused on your game, and winning matters, and being respectful to the coaches matters. And number one, and I believe that we should model this. The fans have the power over them. The fans have the
Okay,
power.
so if they don't come,
If the fans don't like you, you are gone. And one thing I made it, my goal was to always have a relationship with the fans, and that's why everywhere I went, I was beloved.
that's what's up, bro.
Yep.
I noticed you said something interesting because I said that one day to somebody. It's like the game all about fun, and I'm like, man, the game is about winning.
It is.
Nobody care about the person that went out there. Like,
man, whoever said that never
we
got their
we
ass
had
blew
fun.
out.
Man, we had fun. Like, man, I want to win.
Exactly.
Winning
Exactly.
matters, bro.
Winning does matter, especially with the money and for you to advance. But I understand the person talking about fun. Because if somebody say, hey, Brandon, you miss basketball, I wouldn't say, hey, I miss winning. I miss the money. I miss my teammates. I miss being in the locker room. I miss
Having fun, huh?
having fun with them, you know? And you develop those bonds with them that's everlasting. You know, I was talking to one of my Italian friends yesterday. You know, it's just that bond that's everlasting, and you don't want that to go. So I definitely enjoyed my 10-year career, and you know, I am blessed.
A decade.
A decade playing basketball, making money. You know, at my peak, I probably cleared about 1.5, 1.8 million.
Yeah.
You know, total over my 10
Doing
years.
something you love, bro.
Exactly. So that's a good one. I was able to,
I'll take it right now.
you know, get me a car, buy my house out outright, you know, take my wife all around the world.
That's what's up.
You know, so I'm out here teaching now to give kids a better opportunity than I had. And just ain't about the opportunity, it's about vision. Because me growing up, I didn't think about college.
But like we've
Yeah.
all been out of the States, and I tell people that when you go overseas, it just open your mind up. Like
You will never come
you'll
back.
never
the same.
come back the same, bro.
And that's funny you say that, man. I immediately thought of Trevor Noah saying something really profound, that traveling is the antidote to ignorance.
It
It
definitely
is.
You know,
is.
and just people have these closed-minded views to just go visit place, and you'll see that it's not how it is on TV.
No,
You
no
know,
way.
Listen,
it's not.
especially in this area, there are people in our area that never been to Baton Rouge. It's like, man, you have a small concept on what life is. Like the first thing you notice when you get overseas is obvious, but this is different.
Yeah.
This is not what I'm used to seeing. And once you learn to live in that, or once you forced to live in it because you had to live in it, man, it makes you a complete different person.
A different person. You learn to appreciate other cultures, appreciate people, and appreciate their struggle too.
Yeah.
And you won't have these just closed-minded thinking.
I call it American-minded.
I was just about to say that.
American,
America's
realize
the best. America.
No way, bro.
Man, just experience other things, and you'll
Yes,
get
indeed.
appreciation.
They
other people.
so open and they accept you, and it's like they not judging you based on nothing, bro. Like I love going overseas. I love it.
And it's just so crazy, just how I think people want to be good, but I believe, and I'm not the person who cry media this, media that, but for a person who don't know too much or don't read as much, they believe it because it sounds right. And me going into Italy, I thought everybody was like, hey, yo, tutti frutti, banana, pepperoni. And
That's what
I'm like, man, that's how everybody gonna talk.
I don't know if
I
y'all
get there,
racist or not.
that was an ignorant view.
Right.
And I get there, I'm like,
Fat Tony got it.
man, nobody talk like that.
Nobody.
Nobody talk like
They
that.
tricked us.
You
You know,
lied.
They tricked
nobody talk like that.
Oh,
Listen,
Man.
I talked to an actual Australian guy, right? We on the job together. We talking, and I asked him about Outback. He was like, "What?"
that's the closest
Look,
thing we know
look,
to
look,
Australia.
He said, "Because you know what I said? Oh man, they got some shrimps on the Barbie." He was like, "What?"
Racist.
I'm like, you're right. He probably wanted to fucking slap me. I'm like, man, Outback, man. He was like, what is that? I'm like, man, that's a restaurant that promotes Australian cuisine. Nah,
Never heard of it.
never heard of it.
Man, it's just like I'm so serious, and I got kind of bougie with it too. Like Olive Garden. Nah, me and Olive Garden can fight, because
that's not Italian.
It's not.
That's
It's
not.
not.
And that's what you
It's
need
not
to
even
go,
close.
Bro,
The-
I've
the-
eaten Mexican food in Mexico. I never eat Taco Bell again.
Man,
Right.
and
That's all. It's just. I encourage anybody, if you're gonna save your money to travel, save that shit and go out.
and you have to go to. I mean, definitely be safe, but just don't go to just the trendy areas because you get everything in those trendy areas Americanized.
Stop going
And
to Cozumel.
and you just get trapped in, and you think that's it. Just go see the
Thailand,
people.
you go to Bangkok. Don't go to Bangkok. Go to the slums.
Go to Pattaya.
Go to the slums
Man, I
where
would like to visit them.
they
man.
are seeing a family of 6 riding on the scooter.
Wow.
Man, I was in I can't remember the name of the town. We was like 2 hours outside of Bangkok, and I was there on land for 8 days. On day number 6, bro, I saw another black dude.
Wow.
Oh man, you'd have thought we was brothers.
That's how it
You'd
is.
have thought we was brothers.
That's how
man.
it is everywhere, man.
Right, he reacted to me the same way I reacted to him. What's up, man? But walking around those streets, you know what I'm saying, with different cultures, just like, okay, I stand out like a sore thumb.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't even speak what they speak.
because when
Nope,
you
nope.
mention traveling, like the airport, like nobody know what it feel like to be like the only black person in the airport, boy. And you 6'8".
Yeah.
At
Right.
least I can hide behind somebody. You like this motherfucker don't belong here, dog.
No, that's how it was in Poland. In my first year, it was just like I was a exhibit at a zoo.
Right.
You know, and I'm pretty sure those people was not being mean. It was just like, wow, look at this black big guy.
Right.
It was just.
You just walking through the airport, bro.
At least
I'm
up
talking about in
there,
the town. That's how I was in the town.
at least up there, they speak English. For English is still a predominant language they gonna try to speak. Like I was offshore with a dude from Norway, and until another guy came from Norway and he started speaking Norwegian, I forgot. Like he started speaking, I'm just like, oh my God, you speak a whole nother language.
Yeah.
But when you go way over, no, we don't need English over there.
And I don't know how we can change this mindset. It's like for us Spanish in high school. I'm just trying to pass the
I
class.
just want, yeah.
When they are learning English, they're learning English to speak and
in
actually,
elementary school.
Yeah.
In elementary school, they are learning English, taking that alongside with other courses because, man, I worked with a dude, bro. This dude said he speak 4 languages. This dude was 23. I'm just like, all right, you got me beat because you just know how to move around another area. I get over there, man. If it ain't for symbols, Colonel Sanders. That sign, that KFC sign,
KFC,
dog,
that
saved
McDonald's,
my
man.
life.
Man, when I was I won't say closed-minded, but like, man, I just wanted something that I'm familiar with.
Right.
Man, McDonald's, I used to take that walk to McDonald's every day.
Killing yourself.
You know, man.
7-Eleven is another one. If you go overseas, you go find 7-Elevens everywhere.
Yeah.
And it's just, man. I think we use the bathroom. So you come back, you get back to Homer.
Yeah.
You know, out of all places, you get back here and you see the state of this place as far as everything, especially sports.
Mm-hmm.
And then you get into teaching.
Yeah, and look, how I got into basketball from Tulane, how I got overseas is an agent got my number. So I didn't go out and grind and get me an agent. I just looked up, hey, hello, this is Brandon. Hey, I'm so-and-so, I'd like to represent you. I'm like naive, like, all right. Mm-hmm. So they got me into the overseas world. This is how I got into the teaching world. I subbed at little local schools and whatever. And I was wanting to do something else. And my wife like, hey, you should continue to sub. So I'm riding down on Williams Avenue where Legion is.
Right.
And I remember my wife said, hey, go check out some schools so you can sub. You know, because I thought, man, I made a lot of money. I'm about to just retire and just chill. And, man, just chilling, man, that can...
Man, that's expensive.
Yeah.
Just
not even expensive, man. I don't like to be in the house every day.
Same
like
thing, yeah. Both of those. So the principal and the assistant principal just meeting, and I just knock on the door. Hey guys, I'm sorry to disturb you. If you need any subs, hey, let me know. And I just walked away. And they said, hey, come back. How you feel about being a full-time teacher?
Ain't that a bitch?
And I'm like,
being tall pays off.
I'm like,
He can
okay.
beat these kids.
So they sit me down, talked to me for 3-4 minutes. It was like, all right, hey, you're gonna be at this orientation at Southdown, like cafeteria where all the teachers that went.
To get hired.
Man, it was quick. I didn't even know what I was teaching. So we get into Monday, had teacher development, and I'm like, either social studies or math, and I'm gonna lay it all on the line. Mm-hmm. So it was like, all right. The assistant principal was at Evergreen, and she was like, I remember you subbing that math class. I'm gonna give you math. Man, I was bad at math, man. You know, but I'm like, all right. And when I tell you, and that first year was so hard.
Yeah, to relearn that.
And I figure myself as a tough guy, ain't about to learn it, because I pick up on things really quickly, and it was just relating to the kids and making it easy for them. Man, everybody was making F's left and right, and I'm like, man, I gotta work harder. Mm-hmm. So I'm staying every night, like 7 to 8 o'clock at night. I'm putting in the work.
That's the
nothing working. Yeah, the competitive in me. Nothing working. And I went to a meeting with all the other teachers in the parish, and everybody was saying the same thing. I'm like, what? Y'all experienced teaching? Y'all kids not doing well?
It was just me. Huh?
Boom. And I'm always trying to change things. And Miss Martin sat me down and was like, look, teaching is hard. You just got to keep adjusting your game plan, you know? And she said, hey, try it. Give them snacks. Reward them. Ever since then, man, my teaching career took off. And it all started with snacks. Like
incentivizing.
Yeah, you go. That incentive.
You need an incentive. Everybody's not incentivized. Know what my incentive was to do well in school? Not get my ass whooped. Right. My dad would go whoop my ass if I did bad.
You bring on F.
Boy, y'all wouldn't have seen me for a year if I'd have brought home F.
Told back.
Yep.
That was the incentive, but like you said, that's kind of what along the lines Killer Mike took when he was teaching that. And of course, you gotta get something they interested in, man. Like
exactly. And once that I did that, they became more interested. I know it was just a trick, but it worked. Mm-hmm. So grades start to improve. The overall culture in the classroom start to improve. And another thing is, I got to know them.
Right.
And one thing I really feel that teachers don't don't do well is get to know your students. Yeah, you might say, oh, I love my students, this and that, but do you really? I mean, really, 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 really. Like
when you say no, I'm like, how?
Everything they're interested in.
This the
Everything.
thing. We've always done that because we've always been in our neighborhoods. So the little kids on the park, I know them.
Right.
I know their mindsets. I know which ones like to do this, which one's good. We've always paid attention in that way. So when you get in front of class of 25, 30, it's just like you automatically size them up. He the loudmouth, that's the good grades, and then you start to adjust from there.
Right.
And that comes from basketball. Because when you're sitting there watching the team, he the shooter.
That's right.
He got the hops.
He can't finish
He
left.
fast. That's it. We've been training our whole lives, man. That's what I'm starting to realize.
Yep. And I just took that approach and like reading the room, reading like one kid was interested in dinosaur DNA.
Really?
Crazy. I'm not saying the kid was crazy, but his
just to think about
yeah.
that.
Like, why?
And he used to do weird things like pick his skin and like put it in a little paper and like keep it. Like, man, when I get, I'm gonna mix my DNA with dinosaur DNA. Man, and most people have been like, oh man, you weird, this and that. So I just started talking to him. Oh man, that's a cool idea, this and that. He's like, oh, I want to do a police force. I'm like, well, how you gonna regulate that? You know, what if the dinosaurs attack somebody? I just started talking to him.
You entertain.
I was in his world.
Right.
And you know, I'm like, oh, I didn't think about that, this and that. And now me and him, we good. So now if I need to get on him about his studies, his homework, I'm able to, because he's not, oh, he's bullying me. No, Mr. Brown cares about me.
Right.
And you just that's what me with everybody. I don't want to say I'm not trying to be their friend, but I just want to show them when I have to get on you, it's not because I'm mad at you, because I really care.
Because that'll get mistaken now, you know, because a lot of people don't get on people for like their kids and stuff. Like I'm on the park and they doing something, I'll be like, man, I'll stop messing with that dude, bro. You know, like people just let stuff slide now, you know. You have to be able to get on a person. You have to be respectable while doing it now. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't just I'm an adult. I just because I said so no more. You got
and you're right. And the respect thing goes a long way. But sometimes you got to be forceful. Right. And if you ever walk into my class and you maybe see me getting on another student, you'll be like, oh, you shouldn't say that to a kid. But you don't know the groundwork I set with that kid.
Right.
I put in the work. I was at his football games. I was at his basketball games. You know, I got the signs made. I asked him how this was. Hey, man, you didn't take that charge. You didn't shoot that three. You talking about you're a shooter. You know, we developed that. You know,
that's what's up. Bro.
Now I'm able to really get on you about, hey, why you didn't finish these 5 questions? You know,
right.
You know, so I'm able to show him that I care. Now I can step my discipline up a little bit more.
What grade do you teach?
I teach 6th grade math.
6th grade.
You know, but I also dabble a little bit of 5th and 6th grade math.
And one thing I learned this in college, man. When I was in college, I took scheduled my classes late, man. Me and my partner ended up having to take a biology class. We didn't need it, but we needed the credits. I sure was that class was the hardest class I ever had in my life, up to the point to where I literally just gave up.
Wow.
But in the midst of it, the teacher gave the first test, bro. This is an auditorium class, so they got 80 people in there. The average grade was like a 68.
Dang.
So what she did was said, all right, this is a problem. What did I do wrong for y'all to not learn this? Like, it's different if, you know what I'm saying, a third of the class did bad, but if everybody did bad, me as a teacher, I did bad. And most teachers don't do that, especially in college, because they give you the information. So learning your students, it also helps you learn yourself. It's just like, all right, if you just don't get it, maybe I need to say it differently.
Exactly.
You know?
And that's a big thing I say on the first day of school. I say, I am the teacher, you know. I am the authority figure, but one thing I'm not better than you. You know, you're going to learn from me. And I know you don't realize this, but I'm going to learn from you. So we all going to learn together. You know, I am not the the smartest math guy in the world. You're going to see me make a lot of mistakes. I need you to have courage. If I ever make a mistake on this board, to tell me.
Not right.
And I love it. In the first day a student, and I know my curriculum, but I don't love having my teacher book with me. So I'm going off the flow and what I know. So if I just make a mistake and them kids just copy it down, but no, you're going to have this one little girl raise her hand up like, Mr. Brown, that's not right. And I look at it, I'm like, oh, you're right. You got me, you know?
That's not right.
And that's a big moment for that girl. She really, I don't want to say corrected the teacher, but pointed out a mistake. And I say, hey, look, I'm going to make 10 more mistakes, you know? Call me out. As you can see, look, what happened? Did I argue with you about, hey, I'm right? No. I stepped back, looked at it.
Oh, you're right.
You're right.
And that's a life lesson, because you know a lot of kids don't, a lot of the youth don't understand that. Listen, man, sometimes you just flat out wrong, and you don't have to get mad because somebody pointed it out.
Exactly.
You know?
Exactly. And just being human, man. I never, like, even when I'm a teacher, I don't feel like a teacher. Like me being a basketball player, I don't feel tall. You know, even like I'm in the front of the class working.
I don't feel short.
just writing on the board, and I just bust out laughing. I'm like, like in my mind, I'm like, can you believe Brandon Brown teaching kids math?
Right.
Who would have knew that? And just
Well, you say it like that, bro.
like I'm serious.
You're right.
Serious. I can just remember just sleeping in Algebra 1 and just not caring, anything like that. And I don't credit myself. I credit, you know, my family. I credit my mentors who really, really build me up. Because the way I was growing up, I didn't want to be this person. I just wanted to be just a carefree, lazy person. But I really had people who was riding for me, even though I wasn't riding for myself. They forced me to do my work. They forced me to get better with basketball. They forced me to go study. They forced me to go back to school to get my degree, you know, and just got me mentally sharp to navigate that overseas life. Because if you're not mentally sharp, you're gonna develop that victimhood mentality and just quit.
That's why I tell people, man, the hood is like it seasons you for you recognize when you hit the streets overseas, you're gonna recognize a grimy person. I don't care what race, what years, you like, all right, I'm not messing with them dudes over there. You know how to navigate it, teach you how to navigate, you know what I'm saying? But fast forward, you know, you get back, you're teaching. You became a father recently, huh?
Yeah, man. I mean,
at what age? What age?
I was 37.
What's that like, bro?
Man,
because most people would say that's late.
That's late.
Real
it is
late.
late, but people, that's another thing. People don't understand other people's story. And I got married in 2008, and me and my wife wanted to wait a couple years until we started, conceiving, and those couple of years turned into 13 years, you know, and it was a tough ride, and you know, by the grace of God, we was able to get pregnant and have our little bundle of joy, you know.
See, he was pregnant too.
Yes, hey,
you
definitely are.
Hey, it was a really, really joyous moment, because every time I used to think about my wife having a kid, I used to cry. But then when my wife, on my birthday, my son is a year and 4 months. So 2 years ago, on my birthday, my wife, we went to this to the clinic, and they said, we got a gift for you. And they showed me the screen, and I was just speechless. What? I thought, I used to see all these videos where the guy was just crying. I thought that's how I'd be. I was just in awe. You know, I was just in awe, like, oh my God, I'm about to be a father.
Yeah, look what I done did.
You know, and it was just amazing. And the funny story about the actual birth is, you know, I was assistant coach for girls basketball at Vanderbilt. I'm leaving Legion Park to go to practice, and I get a call from my wife saying, hey, come to the doctor's office. And I'm like, I got, you know what I'm saying? I got practice, but you know what? All right. So I got to the doctor's office, and the doctor was like, because still got about 2.5, 3 weeks before my son due.
Your baby's on the way.
And she said, I got good news and I got bad news. The good news is you're about to be a father. And the bad news is you're about to be right now.
Yeah, right now.
And I'm like, all right. You hear my wife. It don't look like a serious situation. You're just trying to get it. You're joking. It was about 4:00. 5:55.
You was a father.
I was a father. And I'm like, oh my God. This is, again, Brandon Brown, that guy from doing with no shoes and running around, asking people for quarters. Nah, I'm a father. What quarter you have,
Quarter with a long way with you, young boy.
I mean, it's for me, it's surreal. It really is surreal that, like, for me, that was joy. That was happiness, just that the grace of God that just blessed me with a son, blessed me with a wonderful wife. And I have a wonderful life, man. And I'm really grateful. I'm grateful that I was a teacher for 6 years and still keeping it going. I'm grateful that I was a coach for 5 years, and now I've leveled up to be teaching in high school and being a high school varsity coach.
Head coach.
And just I'm happy. I really, really am happy, And like I said, I made a lot of money being overseas. And one thing I didn't touch upon is when you're in isolation, being overseas for 10 months, it can play a lot with your mind.
Definitely.
And most people think that, poor African-American male making a lot of money now, that you would be really, really happy. And I wasn't. I really, really wasn't. And I don't want to turn a great occasion like this, being on the podcast into a somber moment. But I really want people to understand, if you're feeling like I was feeling that, hey, I'm with you. And I mean, at the height of my career, a few months I was making about $75,000 a month. I was making good money. But average out because I'm gonna get to that. Averaging out, I was probably making good $28,000 to $30,000 a month. Man, that's insane.
That's insane.
That's
really
insane. And I wasn't happy. I was just numb, And when we bought our first house, and I get there in the middle of the night, I had to use the bathroom. I got out the bed and I'm just walking. I'm like, man, I'm still walking to get to the bathroom. This is amazing.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? When I got out the bed when I was in my mom's house,
Right there.
2 steps,
Right
I'm
there.
right there.
Right there, yeah.
And I just, in the middle of the night, I'm just crying. I'm just not happy. I was really happy, and I was sleeping on the floor in my mom's crib, with the fan right there. You're just trying to get a little bit of a limb, so you got your leg on it, you're feeling good.
The hostile environment,
And I'm like, wow. When I before I started playing basketball, my dream was to get a black Range Rover, to marry a wonderful woman, and to buy a big house.
You did that.
And I did it. And I was like, I don't want to use the word depressed, because maybe I was in that. I don't know. But I was really sad.
If I had to guess, what I'm saying, because that's the best I could do. From a competitive standpoint, you always need something to thrive for. I don't give a shit how good I get. My drive was to beat him. So you wanted that Range Rover, you wanted that house, you wanted that wife, you got it. Now it's like, what's next?
Right.
I really thought it was gonna be happenings. I thought I was gonna be
happiness was next.
I thought I was gonna be over the moon, but it was,
man,
oh my God, it don't feel good at all.
You need the struggle of accomplishing something. When you are accomplished, man, I don't know what to do with myself. I need a challenge.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Whether that's a mental challenge, learning more, building something, starting a family, you needed that,
I always say you're not going to be happy until you're happy. And it makes sense, because until you find happiness where you are, you could change the situation. You're not going to be happy, bro.
True.
Like, you just got to be happy where you at. And you could get a mansion, you could be living in the hood. You know, it's within, bro. It's within. Like that's why it's Viber'z Only. I live the way I live. I'm happy. I don't care where I'm at.
Exactly. And most people try to put happiness and joy on things.
Oh,
But-
hey.
We got somebody.
DJ Juice just
What up,
popped
Juice?
up in the building, man.
You know,
That nigga.
People try to put joy on things, but you know, with me, when I accomplished those things and wasn't happy, it really put me in a dark place. But you know, having a strong wife and always just compliment me, putting me in positive situation, positive affirmations. You know, I was able to get into a safe space because I was like, look, man, whatever you can think of, I was thinking that. You know, because I was.
See, I don't think a lot of black men talk about like
Because I was
depression and all that
everybody
shit,
was
man.
pulling on me.
Yeah.
You know?
Definitely.
Because wait a minute. People know I play overseas.
Oh, they know.
People know I'm doing well.
You got a Range Rover.
Hey
gotta
man,
be doing good.
loan me $500. Loan me this, loan me that, loan me that.
For what? Like,
But here we go. Wait, I can't say I don't have it. I'm not like my brother. My brother's really strong minded. He'll tell you straight up no.
yeah, that nigga.
You know?
That nigga.
You know why?
That nigga D the Brown
D.
mean,
Brown
boy.
the
That
meanest
nigga
person
mean,
and
boy.
humble. And Tory too.
You know, and I just had so much pressure, man, and I just felt like, man, people just
Pulling on you.
pulling on me, yeah, and it was just never good enough, and coupled with just how I was feeling and everything, I just, man, look, man,
Cause you kind of went off the grid for a while. Like we'll just see you when we see you.
Yeah.
Like, no social media, no Taylor Swift Mondays.
Right. No, nothing.
None
yeah.
of that.
man, I look, I don't want to say use like jail as a something trivial, but that's how I felt when I was overseas. I just felt like just 10 months out of your life gone.
And that's what people think. Man, I want to go play overseas and all that. Man, like you get homesick. You know,
homesickness is real.
Like you know, we offshore. That's
Yeah.
we gone half the year. Was gone half the year, bro. It's like, man, I can't do
Man,
that shit
listen,
no more.
there is no worse feeling in the world than when you offshore and your kid tell you need to stay home.
Wow.
Oh, yeah.
See, I never went through that. Wow,
When
that's
you
something.
coming home, like your kid.
My
your-
son told me to quit my job.
Wow.
For real. And I'm just like, all right. Like, man, he needs me. What I'm gonna tell my son? No. You know? But just to pep it up a little bit, you know, you're in there with the youth. Obviously the youth of today is different from when we were young,
Yeah.
running around. So what kind of ways you think, man, you can help the youth? You're in a unique position. You're at Vanderbilt. To people like myself, Vanderbilt is, you know, more prestigious school than, you know, your Terrebonnes, your Ellanders, your HLs.
Yeah, I mean, each school have their you know, being prestigious. I think, you know, Vanderbilt is known for, you know, being wealthy. I have a lot of you know, students that come from a wealthy background, and they have their privilege. You know, me going there, I had my ignorant views. You know, I used to think, man, Vanderbilt ain't nothing but a bunch of rich folks. You know.
Right.
You know, and then playing with homogeneous high and
Right,
turbo.
especially
Or you want
coming from the hood.
to beat the rich people. You know.
Right.
And I'm thinking he had these views that is opposed to me, but coaching with the girls, coaching with Jaworski, coaching the Vanderbilt girls team, man, those girls are really awesome. And if it wasn't, I say it.
Right.
But it was really mind blowing how nice and how respectful and how hard they work, and just how their family was. You know, it was just A1, not one issue, not one uncomfortable moment. And I'm gonna say it right now, and I'm gonna tell the parents, I'll tell the school in my interviews, I'm always transparent. You know, maybe that's just how the girls are. I haven't experienced Vanderbilt as a whole yet. You know, because I didn't teach there. I taught at Legion, and then I came after practice. But what I'm exposed to right now, it's just been perfect. Those girls work hard. I mean, I love them to death. They're just awesome. And now, just working with the boys now, it's the same vibe, you know. And so maybe my views were wrong, and And that's what I said in my interview. I really want to be a bridge builder, you know, to take, hey, what people think of Vanderbilt, what Vanderbilt think of Turbone and all other schools.
Right, because we
and
think
just
that's
be out in the community and just doing things, talking to people and getting to know each other's experience. That's what I think that was going in this world today. They don't know each other's experience.
Right.
They have a thought, and all of a sudden their thought of it becomes reality when it's not.
It's less of this. It's less convo, and you don't know a person. Like I said, you played overseas. Brandon come back from overseas. Oh, he balling.
Yeah.
You know, you don't know. Like
know
you
my
need to
story,
know.
man.
I
Know my
talk to
story.
people. That's one thing I do. That's why we started this podcast.
And-
Everywhere I go, I sit down. I'll talk to a complete stranger. You know, you don't. That's how you learn people's stories. You know.
Exactly. And not every story is the same, but man, talk with people. Get to know them, man. You don't got to put yourself in unsafe situations, but you have to understand that your thoughts, your perception is not right.
Well,
You know?
this is what I tell people. This is what I tell them. Two things can be right at the same time. See, everybody think it's right or wrong. You can be right, and I can argue you and also be right. It's the level of understanding.
Yeah,
You know,
there you
don't
go.
be closed minded.
There you go.
So with that being said, with the current culture and the climate of the United States right now, as a teacher, as a coach, have you even thought about ways to implement things where people can accept other people more consciously, more socially? You know, the
Yeah,
whole Black
I mean-
Lives Matter. Is there anything you would implement? Because I'm pretty sure you had your
Implement.
own situations with.
No, I mean, implement, I can't say because
Right.
I don't know what I'm going to do yet. You know,
Right.
for me, being as a coach, I got a plan. But I can be myself. And I'm not going to be scared to touch a touchy subject.
Right.
When, like I say, I'm a leader of men. You know, those under me, those are my players. I have to show them who I am as a black man in the community. Not just as a coach, scared to touch Black Lives Matter topics and Trump topics and Biden topics, and keep it within basketball because for me, basketball is life.
It really
Sports
is.
teach you about life.
It really
You
does.
do, bro.
You know, people who don't know each other coming together for a common goal, and I always want to tie things into that, you know. And I'm always going to share my experience with my players and have them that, you know, treat others how you want to be treated. That's one of my, when we get together, that's one of my main rules. You know, you're going to see me get on you, but if I ever disrespect you, stop. We need to talk.
Right.
You know, we need to talk because I'm about teaching and being a service to you. You know, how can I be of service to you to get you better as a person? Person first. Person first. And all of a sudden, does that help you with your basketball? That's good. Too.
Definitely does.
You know,
once you find yourself, you
person
find your
first.
role.
If I have a person on my team that's disrespectful and ignorant towards other players, you're not playing for me. You know, if you're not willing to grow in the atmosphere that I have laid down, then I cannot accept you as a player.
Straight up.
So for me, I'm definitely gonna be talking about experience and what's going on in the world, you know, and giving them a platform to talk to, and just not being closed-minded.
Right.
I'm not gonna basketball, and not understanding what's going on in the world. You know what I'm saying? We can have a kid that's going through it, and I just want to talk about basketball. You know, I want to give that kid a chance to talk, release that.
Yeah, you
You
need
know what I'm
to be
saying?
heard.
Release that.
Like
Yeah.
you said, dinosaur DNA. We might see that dude on TV
Yeah.
one day. Right?
Exactly.
You know what I'm
Exactly.
saying? Like, but I noticed you got your 5 shirt on, man, and you know, we all grew up and we kind of all feel the effects of what happened to him.
Definitely.
How did that play a effect on you mentally? And I don't mean to get dark.
No,
you know what I'm
you
saying?
get yeah. We back at it again.
Yeah.
Because to this day, man, I feel bad, and maybe I put
Frank
too
the
much.
Fly over there.
I put too much on my shoulders, man, and I can just remember that day, and it's real hurtful for me as an older brother, you know, because I'm sound asleep. I'm sound asleep.
Mm-hmm.
And I wake up to
Terrible news, man.
so many missed calls.
You know something wrong.
I just knew something was wrong.
Right.
And then I get in touch with my brother Damien, and he's like, "Man, Roddy gone." And I'm let me go back. Let me go back a few minutes. I had also had text messages, and I ain't gonna reveal the person's name. And they just said, "Sorry for your loss." You know, sorry for your loss of your brother.
What did I lose?
And I'm like,
right.
I got 5 brothers. Oh my God, what is going on? So it was like a game. I'm calling people. Which one of my brothers have been hurt? And you know, Damien told me that it was Roddy. And you know, I head over to my mom's house. I see you guys. You know, it was just you walking in the daze.
Really?
You know, you're walking in the daze, and I just maybe I necessarily blame myself. I'm like, me like as a big brother, I want to help my little brother. And as my little brother was taking his last breath, I was soundly asleep.
Hey, bro.
So it's not like, oh, my brother hurt. Let me scramble. Let me drive to get to where he at. You know, all right, I did all I could. No, I was sleeping. I was sleeping in my nice house, in my affluent neighborhood, and this and that. I was not able to help my brother. So I'm hurt.
Right.
You know, I'm hurt. What could I have done? But I'm sleeping. I'm sleeping. So now, even to this day, and sometimes it happens in school too, when somebody calls me, and if I'm busy, I don't answer. They call me, it's the same person, I immediately think somebody's somebody dead.
Yeah, bro.
So I start panicking. I start crying. I'm because nobody really don't call me as often, you know. But if they call me again and again and again,
something wrong.
Something is wrong. I'm panicked. I
tell people.
I start hyperventilating, you know.
After like 2 o'clock, after the club closed.
Man, listen.
Is either a booty call or something wrong, bro.
This dude called my phone, bro. 4:52 in the morning.
I would lose it.
Look, I'm like, what is this dude calling me for? He know I'm sleeping.
I was there.
And the call was, man, you know, Roddy got killed. Like, you know, usually it's like, man, somebody in the hospital, and I could say a little prayer for him. What he was like, you know, I'm like, oh my God, like, you know, that was it. I was up from the 4:52. I was up until you see me at your mom's house. It's just like it shook me, man. I couldn't.
And that's crazy that everybody knew. That it was about 7:30. Niggas don't even be up there early. Boy, it had about 100 people at your mama.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We went straight there. You know, and I just, you know, Fire was just different, bro.
Yeah.
He was different. You know what I'm saying? That nigga was different, dog.
And one thing, you know, that I'm a little bit sad about is when you grow up in the culture and you want to get out. You know, one thing he did, he embraced everything. You know,
didn't judge it either
at all, and he embraced it. He was a part of it, and
he was like that threshold.
Yeah,
like, you know, you got the lost youth and you got the ones that know. He was that threshold. Yeah. Like, I feel like he had the power to change, and it's unfortunate that he's changing it.
Listen, man,
he not here.
He has changed a lot.
Yes, indeed.
Though. That situation, I can't even lie about it. I look at the people that were around before and after. Things have changed. People have changed because of that. Now, some more than others. But, you know, that's one of those things. You see people, they will not let that die. No. It will be LL5.
Long live 5. Yeah.
You know?
For real, man. And it's just such a weird situation. You love your brother. But wait a minute, I didn't think about my brother yesterday. And now I'm sad. How can you not think about your own brother? You know, oh man,
it's crazy. Dog.
It is crazy. But I mean, he made a stamp on life. You know, and so many
more of a stamp
people.
Than we made. I'm 36.
Exactly.
You 39.
Yeah.
Like, he made more of a stamp than we made in these years he was here. You know,
just being himself, just being real, just being authentic. You know, and he didn't put on no face. And then sometimes I feel bad. I'm putting on the face, you know, because I'm authentic too, but you try to survive in different environments.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? I just remember being back home in the mirror practicing words. You know, because your mom, you say, "Boy, go get that out the sink." You know, you don't have to pronounce. I know what you're talking
Sink,
about.
yeah.
I say sink too.
Yeah.
But now I'm in the mirror. Sink.
Right. You're a teacher.
No, I'm talking. That's when I was younger. Like
Yeah,
no, I don't
yeah.
want to talk like that.
Oh, all right.
Sink. Oil,
Yeah.
not Earl. You know, just practicing those words. You know, and man, just so I can.
Man, if you
Pronounce things
if
better.
you sat in the mirror and practice words, there's no reason, and no wonder why you were so good at being a basketball player.
Yeah, you practice
Focusing on
words.
to the details, man.
Yeah, details.
Yep.
I'm gonna be
And-
really good at everything on the court.
So you have a record prediction this year, bro? What you think?
What's
You know-
your aim? What's your aim for coaching? What do you want? What did Vanderbilt do in the previous year that you hope to improve?
I mean,
upon?
I believe he was 5 in I don't want to say 27. I know it's 5 and something, and I just want to improve on that number, but also the players' experience. You know, we are really young. I want to let the fans judge. So when they see a product on the court, like, wow, that's much different than last year and the years before.
Right.
You're gonna see us playing hard. I don't care who we play. You know, okay, you can play the Los Angeles Lakers. You're gonna see a team who going hard, being in the right position, taking the right shots, challenging the other team. Might lose, might win,
Put up a challenge.
but I will go and if you come in my office, you're gonna see, hey, we're gonna be the best at boxing out. We're gonna be the best at transition offense, transition defense. We're gonna be the best at free throws. Those are the things that doesn't
Turnover
really
ratio.
take.
Yeah,
Yeah, turnover.
game.
You know, you don't need blue chip players to be
Right.
the best at those things.
Right.
So we can control those things. Now, if you got a kid like the kid at Ellender who's 6'8", you know, hey, clap him up. You know what I'm saying? He was giving a guy given a physical feature and talent. You know, you're gonna have to limit some things from them. But if we do those things that we're gonna be the best at, we put ourselves in close position to end. And that last thing is we're gonna be the best at executing in the last moments of the game. And if we do those things, we gonna win.
Right.
You
I'm
know.
turning to Coach Neal, bro.
But the thing is,
Man, you can turn the coach now.
you know what? And Coach Neal is a great mind.
Coach Neal was
You
good
know.
coach, bro.
IQ wise, listen, I always said when I was there because I was the player on the honor roll. I got the offense. I understood it. That's some of the things that made me a varsity player when you got other players who just got God-given talent. But Coach Neal's system, had he been coaching a junior college or a college, it would have been great. It's just at high school, man, we just won't play.
Yeah.
You know? So when he gets a system, he can work it. IQ level, he can work
Yeah,
his
you really
system.
can. And that's still to me. I think about basketball all the time, you know, and what positions I can be in. That's what I don't do for my players. Hey, you gonna have players who you can do the absolute 100% right thing, and it's just gonna be better. It's gonna be going right by you. You know, people like that, you just gotta clap them up, and you gotta limit their outstanding moments. But I am grateful for the opportunity to lead a basketball team, and I just feel that in the years to come that we're gonna make a stamp on the parish and on the state, because we got a lot of young talent coming up the pipeline. So it's on me. I believe that the kids are coming, and it's on me to get them better and put them in the right positions to win. You know, so I'm excited. And again, can you believe that little kid from Dumas with no
Brandon
shoes,
Brown.
begging for
Coaching.
quarters and dollars?
Listen,
Is a head coach.
Brandon Brown.
You know, for me, again, that's amazing.
It's good, bro.
That's
I feel
really,
like,
really
I feel like
amazing.
it couldn't have happened to a better person. Bro. I'm
And-
glad to be able to sit here and pick your mind, and you know what I'm saying? Because
Yeah.
like I say, you only getting the outside assumption. You
Right.
ain't getting the, you know, this was very like, yeah, I like this.
but before we go, they got one other. I've seen you. You know, you call yourself. Well, I don't know if you call yourself, but you always showing your men's league championships. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? When it comes to the men's league, you know y'all team pretty much win a lot.
Oh, well, I feel offended. You said pretty much.
Yeah, I'm
Oh,
sorry.
okay.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
But there's another thing you also claim, and I mean, I just ain't see it up to par. I ain't see it challenged enough. You know, Brandon Brown is known around our neighborhoods as the Karaoke King.
Well, you know, I pride myself in being, you know, a self-proclaimed Karaoke King because, I mean, if you go in a bar in Trieste, Italy,
Yeah.
you'll see my picture. You know what I'm saying?
Come
From karaoke
on.
night. If you go to Paradise Island, Bahamas,
Yeah.
you know, you're gonna see me from that night I had, tore the place down.
Come on.
And what
Before,
makes me,
before social media,
you know, what makes me the Karaoke King, I'm authentic.
Yeah.
I don't try to sound the best. I just entertain. Look at this big tall guy just giving it all he can. He'd immerse himself in the music, you know. So, I mean, I don't think nobody else can do that.
I mean,
You know,
well,
people
P.D.
might want
Dickinson begs to differ.
PD. His motives are not there.
Yeah.
His motives is to
he trying to
make
beat
people
the
laugh.
He trying to beat the best, huh?
My job is to do to pay homage to the artists and their song and just be authentic.
Yeah.
I believe PD is a hilarious entertainer.
Yeah.
You know, I love seeing his work, but I believe he becomes so many different people. You know, I'm authentic.
Yeah.
I'm authentic with it. You
So
know?
basically, PD can't see you in that.
But
karaoke.
one thing, and now of course PD gonna bring it up that we had an actual challenge, and he did come out on the winning side,
Yeah.
but I believe I was sabotaged in that. You know?
Oh, you
Sabotage.
I was, and I'll quickly get into it. You know, I was at in Dewauville, you know, hanging out, and we ran off some songs, and I believe I got him on every last song. He was quitting and everything.
Yeah.
You know, and then everybody was like, you know what? Let's just do one more song.
Right.
And he went to the back of the house, stayed there for about 15 minutes. He came back, and I guess he just got possessed. And
By the karaoke
he
diva.
went
huh?
to a DMX song, you know, what they want from a, you know.
Yeah.
And when I tell you, while in the middle of his song, I knew I had nothing for him. You know,
Wow. That,
I mean, when I tell you he performed,
Yeah.
he put his soul in it,
yeah.
Yeah.
and like I said,
So that's it. He said he the king now.
you know, I can't
You
take
just
that.
admitted it.
No.
No.
If whoever was all the people that was there can tell you guys that I was knocking out song, and he was trying to do his song, and he couldn't.
He had
The
to
one
find the
song.
glitch.
That one
song.
It was good.
It was great. It was great. And I you know me, I hate to give PD credit.
Right.
He tapped into greatness.
Yeah.
On that one.
He turned to the
He
DMX.
tapped into greatness,
PDMX.
and I couldn't do anything. I couldn't do anything. He
Well,
was on
brother,
point.
it was a pleasure having you on. You're a great mind. I know y'all gonna have a great season because I know you're gonna be on them kids.
Of course.
I'm looking forward to attending some of the games.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But anything else? Let them know where they can find you,
Man,
bro.
of course. Support, black coaches in the community. Vanderbilt Catholic High School, boys varsity, and also girls varsity. Basketball, we got black coaches come out and support. You're going to see a good product. You know, if you don't come out and support, hey, you see me walking, conversate with me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Get to know me. I don't have a big ego. I always want to talk and meet new people. If I'm low on time, I'll definitely, tell you that.
Yeah.
But man, I'm looking to be a bridge builder in the community and everywhere else, and I want to bring people closer together. And one thing, I'm Anita Brown's son.
Yeah.
I'm a Brown. God-given talent to lead young men, to play basketball, to be a quality person. And I thank you guys for having me here, man. I'm honored. I'm grateful, and definitely was good vibes. And if you guys want to have me again, I'll definitely come through.
Man, we
But-
definitely gonna check into the
But-
season.
Yeah,
You
that's
know
what
we
it
coming
is.
back.
Man,
into
I'll
the
go 2075 because you gonna be back on here.
You know, but to all the people listening, just be yourself and always want to level up and set new goals. You know, once you achieve those goals, set new goals, and just understand that happiness is fluid. You know, one thing we're trying to find is that joy. Joy is everlasting, and even in sad moments, joy will still be there. So understand, don't search for happiness, search for that joy. And one thing I found it is, and in Christ, you know, Jesus, you know, definitely led me and got my mind in the right place. So, you know, I'm very thankful for the Lord. I'm thankful for my wife. I'm thankful for my mom. Thankful for my son. I'm thankful for all my friends and family, man. I'm really, really thankful and grateful for the people around me. And that's the important thing. Having people around you, having a good, solid foundation, that'll take you a lot in life. Because when you fall, you got people right there
to pick you up.
to pick you up with no other motive than just to be there for you. You know,
To get you back on
not
your
to be on
feet,
social
dog.
media saying, "Hey, look, we just helping a guy out," just to always be there for you. So, just have those close people around you, have those mentors, and if you don't, well, I'm here. You know,
That's
look
what's
me
up,
up,
man.
look me up.
That's Brandon Brown, man. Y'all be sure
Be
y'all
Beezy on Twitter,
what's your
right?
Twitter?
Don't forget the 5 BBZ5.
Be Beezy
Be Beezy
5.
five.
BBZ5.
Yeah,
Be
y'all
Beezy
follow
on Call of Duty. You know, the Activision. You know,
Man, I don't
that
mess with
PlayStation
Call of Duty,
name.
man.
I'm just saying.
I think
you
you
know.
got an advantage on Call of Duty because your hands so
Nah,
big,
nah,
bro.
I'm not that good.
Like I'm all right, but you be shooting me with the pistol, man. I just can't take that.
I'm not that good. But
Y'all be sure y'all check out that Vanderbilt basketball season, man. Y'all keep track of it, bro.
And
New
y'all-
head coach.
Make sure y'all go and follow Viber'z Only the brand on Facebook, man, and _Viber'z Only _ on Instagram. I don't really mess with Twitter.
Yeah,
that's right. Get that gear, man.
yeah. We got
Yeah,
the
that
clothing line coming. We dropping it soon, man. But we on Goode Street with it, man. We out.
It's a really good time.
All right, fella.